You've had such a busy day, Candace. You must be exhausted. You must get your rest tonight, dear.
Oh, I'm a little tired, but there's no way I'm missing Orson Welles' new radio program tonight. It's called It Could Be You. It's supposed to be just thrilling. Oh, it starts in just a few minutes. So please hurry and get me to my bed.
Orson Welles, that troublemaker. I will never forgive him for that Halloween War of the Worlds nonsense.
He's a genius, Mrs. Gillespie.
Edison was a genius, dear girl. Not that chubby playboy from Waukegan.
Kenosha. He's from Kenosha.
He's a troublemaker.
Well, it got him into the movies.
Citizen Kane? Nobody's going to remember that lousy picture of me, dear.
Rosebud.
Now, let me get your tea. I have it all ready for you. It's out here in the hall.
Oh, remember when he portrayed the shadow? Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows. I'm clouding your mind.
Stop that! Candace, honestly, sometimes I don't know what's wrong with you.
Oh, you can be such a stick in the mud sometimes.
With your heart and all. Why do you like such nonsense? Shadow, Frankenstein, Dracula. Ugh! What's wrong with Fred Allen? Don't you like to laugh? Laughter's healthy for you. I read that in the Post.
Well, I laugh all the time. And I like Fred Allen just fine. Oh, and Jack Benny, too. But I do like a good thrill. Now, can you give me just a little help, please?
Yes, very well.
Did you know that he does magic, too? Yeah. Oh, I heard he once sawed Marlene Dietrich in half at the Hollywood Canteen.
Big deal. Getting to be quite stormy outside. I should be going soon. I don't like to drive in this kind of weather, especially in the evening.
Yes, well, don't worry about me. I'll be fine. As long as I have my radio to entertain me.
Are you sure there's nothing you need? You're going to be all alone until morning.
Radio, tea, bedpan, and, oh, of course, the telephone. Oh, but you know what? If you could arrange for Alan Ladd to sit the night with me, I wouldn't mind that.
Sit, huh? Well, I'll send him right up. On second thought, he's so tall and handsome. I think I'll keep him for myself.
Oh, Mrs. Gillespie.
All right, dear. Well, I'll see you in the morning.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, dear.
Oh, well, none of that.
The Columbia Broadcasting Network presents It Could Be You with your host, Orson Welles. Hello, my name is Orson Welles, your obedient servant. I'm speaking to you from parts unknown. Welcome to a new kind of show. Welcome to it could be you. Tonight's episode, there's no one to save you, Mrs. Pierce.
Oh, my goodness.
One never knows when Mr. Death will come to call on us, do we?
No, we don't.
Ah, you agree. Good. Death is an equal opportunity provider. You could be a truck driver on a deserted highway who falls asleep at the wheel. You could be a prize fighter, hit by a lucky punch in the ring. Or you could in fact be an invalid, left all alone, on a dark stormy night, in a large house, her husband away on business, helpless until the break of dawn. Such is the story of our heroine, Mrs. Pierce. Mrs. Candace Pierce.
That's my name. And my husband's away on business. Oh, fantastic.
She's a pleasant woman. Age 26. Sadly, an unexpected accident left her unable to walk at the age of 18.
My God, what a coincidence.
She's a woman who believes in coincidence. With death, especially when it's murder. There are no such things as coincidence. Do you understand me, Mrs. Pierce?
You know, it almost seems like Orson Welles is talking about me. I can't wait to tell Mrs. Gillespie this. Oh, she's going to think I'm such a big fibber.
Mrs. Pierce sits upstairs in her bed, quietly sipping her chamomile tea, unaware of the stranger prowling outside in her window below downstairs.
Oh, boy! You know, I almost needed my bedpan that time. This is a great show. I mean, it's so real.
You don't know how real it is, Mrs. Pierce.
This is getting a little weird.
Weird, perhaps, Mrs. Pierce? One never knows when things will take a realm into the realm of the weird or even the diabolical, especially when murder's involved.
Orson, you're a genius, but I'm starting to get just a little creeped out.
I wouldn't do that if I were you, Mrs. Pierce.
Oh, well, you're not me. Mrs. Gillespie is right. You're a troublemaker. World. I must be going silly. Mrs. Gillespie is right. I am really starting to get carried away with all this stuff. I mean, you can't be talking to me. Oh, Candace Pierce, you're a Looney Tune.
I told you not to shut the radio off.
Why?
Because it's in the house now, Mrs. Pierce.
Hello, operator. Oh, this is Mrs. Candace Pierce at 99 River Street. I need the police right away. Hello? Hello?
No use, Mrs. Pierce. The line is dead.
What? Oh, this is not funny, Orson. Why are you doing this to me?
My dear, I am just a watcher.
Well, save me.
An agent provocateur, if you will.
I will not. Listen, you chubby Kenosha playboy, stop this. I'm starting to get really scared. And I have a bad heart, you bastard.
Perhaps you should take your medication, Mrs. Pierce. I think you might need it. Mrs. Pierce reaches for her bottle of pills. She nervously tries to open them. Seems to be having some sort of spell. having trouble getting it open. She finally does. She's able to get it in her mouth. Very good, dear. Yes, now, you must take a sip of tea. Just relax. You're quite scared. There you go. Calm down. Relax. Time for those sheep that are jumping over your head. But remember, you're not out of the woods yet. Don't forget about the intruder in the house. He'll be coming up the stairs very soon.
Oh my God.
He's starting to climb the stairs now. You mustn't panic, Mrs. Pierce. You must think. Pierce gets up from her bed, tries to get to her wheelchair. She's shaking from fright. She slips from the bed to the floor. All the while, the fiend creeps up the stairs.
Help me, Orson, please. Please call the police.
Please don't get her on time, Mrs. Pierce. You must try to save yourself. Get up.
I can't.
Oh my God, he's at the top of the stairs now. Think. Mrs. Pierce is hysterical. He's almost here. His hand is on the doorknob. It's turning. A dark figure enters the room. The final moments of her life. Mrs. Pierce makes one gallant attempt to save herself. The only thing she can think of is pulling the plug from the wall of the radio.